Welcome to the Monday Movie Club. This week, Mark forced us to watch Ninja Assassins from 2009,
God
which is
damn it.
number 6029 on the Franken list. There are
Oh,
489 movies ranked lower than this movie, and I hope I never have to watch any of them.
You
I
will.
was gonna say there are only
Please?
5,000 movies on the Franken list, and it was at 6,000. Blah blah blah.
No, no. Obviously, now there's 6,500, and I don't know. Okay. Joel Fenster, good morning. No ninja in your assassin there.
Where did Mark go?
We've already insulted him.
Yes.
Uh, okay, Joel. Mark Wotitz Gardner says Jubi Kibagami,
What?
and that's
Yes,
Luna.
that's what it says.
Why does Luna have? Oh, good lord!
Oh my God, that's great.
Jubei is a famous ninja character in Japanese lore, and he's
And
on-
also a very good-looking Jewish woman is a Jubei.
Ah,
Go fuck no cringer,
We just lost him. Oh,
and
he
Annie
changes
King,
every week.
who's preparing for the Seder. Okay, here's the
All right,
plot. A
not if it's
young
Monday.
ninja turns his back on the orphanage that raised him, leading to a confrontation with a fellow ninja from the clan. Yeah, that's basically it. Mark, why Ninja Assassin?
because ninja shit. I'll explain more later.
Yeah,
Doesn't every
I couldn't have given a better review. Ninja shit. All right. But like every horrible work assignment, I put this off to the last moment possible. And I had two words: torcha.
I thought you were going to say, fuck this.
Torcha. No, it's certainly much more well made than all those chop suey movies of the 1970s.
Yeah.
But still, here's my observation while I'm watching. Just the first scene was so gross and bloody. I'm like, oh, good Lord. But nice joke with the ketchup, but I missed the corresponding who was eating those fries? Was it just a joke for the joke's sake of the joke?
What are you talking about?
Because there was all the blood, it was all over the place, and then you see a squirt of ketchup go on French fries.
Oh, at the
I'm like,
after the that's the transition scene. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, okay, that's funny, but nobody was eating the French fries. That gets a ding from me because I'm like, a joke for just a joke's sake. No. Oh, so this is where Miss Moneypenny got her start. What's so interesting to see?
Yeah.
Training the orphans, that's diabolical. And 20 minutes in, I thought, gee, that's a lot of plot. That's a lot of plot. Amy must be lost already.
Oh, yeah.
And just so much grossness, the whole movie. And then, okay, so he can heal his own wounds. That's some comic book shit right there.
Yes, that's why I like it.
Oh, good Lord. Then it turned into a video game. And his hair strategically placed in front of his face was killing me.
Me too.
I'm like, girl, get that hair out of your face. And of course, we had to have the obligatory wait your turn fighting.
Yeah.
And you know what I said? Ninja, please.
Ah,
2 stars from me. Not my genre, not my ninjas. I'd rather be crouching tigers and hiding dragons. Really. Joel, where was your pal J. Michael Straczynski in all this?
Well, there's a reason that I haven't seen this before.
Now, wait a minute. Has he used the My Heart's on the Left Side thing in any of his works before?
right side.
Off the top of my head, I do not know.
Well, he had aliens. They probably had hearts. Who knows where?
Yeah, exactly. He's a fan of Doctor Who. I mean, the hearts are on both sides in that, but
Right.
look, he was hired by the Wachowskis, who produced the movie, to rewrite a script they hated in like 48 hours.
And
So-
they like this one.
Well, I don't know whether they liked it or not. They were going to go with it because they trusted him. But I
Right.
don't know how much of the.
And there were some big names in certainly them and Joel Silver. That would
Oh,
make
there's
me say
definitely,
this.
big names involved at you know the behind the scenes level, but it's yeah. I actually pulled out his biography and scanned through it to see how many times he mentioned the movie.
None.
Twice. And it's literally like what the first time was. And between these 2 years, I wrote 6 movies, and these are them.
Right.
He says more about Thor than anything else in that paragraph. Um,
He wrote Thor?
yeah, the movie was actually based off of his comic book stories that he had done.
Ah.
And he's so he got a screen credit for that because he did a rewrite of it as well, and he's also got a cameo in the movie. So he's the guy driving the truck. No, Stan Lee's driving the truck. He's the guy that hooks up the truck to the
Oh, that's
the hammer. That's
yes.
Michael
Yeah.
So
Did I move it? Yeah, exactly.
so this movie specifically reminded me of when I was in high school. A friend and I would go to the video store, and we'd kind of wander around and run our fingers across the top of the movies, and whatever movie had the most dust on it, we'd rent. um, and we found some fun gems at the end of the day, things that were so ridiculous that they were fun at the end of the day.
But this was not one of them.
This was it's one of those movies we would have found, definitely. It was, I'm not sad that I saw it, but I'm definitely glad it was over.
It was just so gross. Everything about
the
it was
gore
gross.
doesn't bother me. I was more incensed that Mark was like, "Oh, it's like Kill Bill Volume 3." I was like, "Yeah, it's Kill Bill Volume 3." It was like if it was directed by, Abbott and Costello.
What I said to myself was, this is because I hadn't seen it in a few years, and I said,
Yeah.
all right, this is definitely, it's like somebody like me who's a huge fan of ninjas who just watched Kill Bill 1 and 2 and decided to do their own movie.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That is very much what it felt like. I had no problem with the opening scene. I was laughing through it hysterically because it was so over the top disgusting with, they've just come the swords and stars coming out of nowhere and taking out heads and eyes and hands and everything. So it was definitely left an impression with the opening, but then it was downhill from there. It gets bogged down in its own plot. It was nice to see two connections to the James Bond series, as the villain ninja is Rick Yoon, who played Zhao in Die Another Day against Pierce Brosnan. So
was that before or after this?
That was before this. Yeah.
And he was
And
also
the kid who was the lead is like a huge pop star in Korea.
Which is why I have a note on that when they say when one of the cops when he's tied when he's restrained in the room, he says he looks more like a K-pop star or something like that, because he is. He's a Korean pop star. Yeah.
And he wasn't bad as the lead. It was just he didn't have much to do beyond
to do.
Sulking and killing. So I'm not going to belabor it. It's as I said, it's I didn't see it because I was afraid this was going to be like the one thing that JMS was involved in that I just didn't care for. And
JMS. JMS.
J. Michael Straczynski. Yeah,
I know who you met.
I've met him.
They're like this.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where to land with this one. I want to give it a 2, but I also want to give it a 2.25. So Frank, you tell me what I'm giving it.
You were the one guy I was hoping was going to go a little higher. So
I can't, Mark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate your appreciation of the film.
Yes, and that's why you should say 2.25.
Yeah,
that's why I went to 2 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, you went up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it the 2.25 because I appreciation of the film.
It's very hard to shit on your friend's love of a movie, but
oh, sure, you do it all the time to me, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I did it here too. as well. But but I
Yeah.
understand. I understand where
Yeah.
the appreciation comes from.
And as I said, I'm not upset that I saw it. I'm not like, ugh. And it's one of those things. If somebody got me drunk and wanted to watch it, I'd probably sit through it again. So
All right,
I'd sleep
note
through
to
it.
self for next
Note
year.
to self, right,
Yes.
Mark?
I'll sleep through it. Annie King, you must have been grossed out from the get-go.
Oh, I was
Yeah, I
thinking of
know.
Annie the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just terrible, terrible, terrible. All
One
that.
star. One star. I know.
No, actually, aside from the gore, I didn't hate it. I mean, it was at one point I was like, oh, I see why Mark likes this because it's so Mark,
Right. Yeah. The
And
fighting. Yeah.
yeah,
The
definitely. And
and also the revenge part of it.
yeah, I don't mind a good kung fu story or, the fight scenes were a little too long,
Mm,
but it was cool. It was cool and aside from all the gore and everything. But definitely, I don't need to see it again. And when I asked my brother, he said, maybe I saw it. So it wasn't that memorable to him either, because he usually remembers the movies that he's seen. So it was, it was two,
it was.
it just
It just
was,
was.
yeah. So I would go with the 2.25.
And after you finish reading your text,
No, I'm looking for my notes.
mhm, try and be present.
I'm looking for my notes.
Last
Terrible.
night,
5 stars.
I was working a concert of this DJ who plays EDM, and it's called Lane 8. I don't know why he was called Lane 8. It didn't even say it in his bio. I think because when he was a kid, he went bowling and he liked Lane 8. That's what I'm thinking. So
Maybe it's a
then,
Leonard Part 6 kind of thing.
yes. Then, but when you got there, they gave you a case to put your phone in and locked it. So you couldn't use your phone the entire time, so you could be in the moment.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you to do, Amy.
Frank, I'm looking at my notes. When the phone shuts down, I have to find my notes again because I
All
texted
right.
them myself.
Just Mark,
Oh.
you had that look on your face. EDM is erectile dysfunction music.
Yes.
I figured as much.
Yeah. Electronic dance music.
Yeah.
Ah.
The first note I wrote was, how the fuck is his name Rezo? That's what I wrote. That's how we pronounce it? We'll call him Rezo. How the fuck did Rezo survive when all of his ninja clan attacked him and he fell off the building?
He fell into a pool.
Okay, almost an hour in when we discover Rezo is on our side and he hooks up with Mika, but then
Mika.
gets double crossed by her partner Ryan. So it kind of got interesting there. There were actually, there's like a little bit of a plot here that I found interesting, did not expect to come. So I like that. The few very lighthearted moments were appreciated when Mika was unlocking his chains. He told her to hurry up. And she said, I'm trying. And then he said, I don't want to sound critical. That was very cute. And yes, they had a jean size joke, which I don't remember now. Something about, because he wore the jeans 34, 32.
He guessed her size and she said, no,
Yeah.
I'm 32,
I
not
mean,
I'm
you could
34.
see that joke coming a mile away, but at
Agreed.
least they finally put in some lighthearted stuff and there was actually halfway decent script.
That was JMS's contribution.
Exactly. Yes.
The way all 400 people who were slashed, stabbed, or shot died with a gallon of bright red paint flying out of them cracked me up. It was literally single death, and it became utterly comical. Like you get shot, it was ridiculous. But I totally get why they did that. Even to the point where the blood poured out of his father's shoulder when he finally killed him. We had to hear that annoying thing that I hate that you hear in every movie, that kind of like gurgly sound. Everything makes a gurgly sound in movies that doesn't make any sound in real life. That's just one of those little things
How do you know?
How
like
many people have you killed?
Sound. I have done things people have done in movies, and I'm like, that doesn't make the macaroni and cheese sound when you do that. I'm not talking about death, just anything in general makes that horrible sound. And then final thing I wrote, in the big showdown, blood splatter fest with his father, I loved when he said, the breath I take after I kill you will be the first breath of my life.
Yeah.
That is a great line. Probably
And that's how the movie ends. That was the ending of the movie too.
just a great line though. So that's all I wrote. It was silly. It was fun. It wasn't fun. I don't know what I thought of it. So, but Mark, I'll give it 2.25 stars for you.
Thank you.
What a horrible review I just gave. That was so stupid. You would think I was drunk the way I'm talking right now. I'm sorry.
Too much Manischewitz last night.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to get rid of this. Hold on.
Mark, get off your phone.
Not on my phone.
Yeah, he's obviously on his computer. Why are you getting rid of the picture?
Because I'm gonna have a show and tell.
Oh my goodness.
Before I go to my notes, I have to
The
explain.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yes. Be prepared for the next hour and a half. All right.
Share the screen. Share the screen.
No, I'm just gonna show you things. Yeah, not that.
And NSFW.
Um, I've got the movie on DVD,
Sure.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, sure.
Iron Body Ninja,
What
the
is
book
that?
of Superior Strength.
What does that have to do with the movie?
I'm
He's training
telling
to
you
be a
my
ninja.
love of ninjas.
Oh, I see.
The Tiger Scroll of the Koga Ninja,
Is that another book?
Shadow of the Ninja. Yes, books. These are all books I
Oh,
actually
books.
read.
Okay.
And A Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, who is referenced in the movie. The Shadow Warrior. It's a book on ninjas. And
And this was the best ninja movie you could make us watch?
Hi.
I also have Ninja Scroll on DVD. Don't make me do that because I will do that next year, and this will be a 1-star movie for everyone. And
And we saw The Mask. You have a sword.
That's great.
yes, my katana. And
Where are the stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
my target practice for
Stars.
my throwing stars. I've got
Oh my God.
Oh,
these two are legit. These two are actual. These are like the ones in the movie. They will fuck you up. These are like for kids. But I do have a bunch.
You know, like jarts for the lawn
darts, yeah.
for kids.
Darts.
Yeah.
Darts for Japanese darts. That's what they call.
So as you can see, I'm a huge fan of ninjas, and what I loved about the movie.
Wait, can I go back to my original question?
What was your question?
This was the best ninja movie you could make us watch.
Well, I already made you watch. Well, when it comes to
Crouching
ninjas,
Tiger we watched, which I love.
which wasn't ninjas, that was Chinese.
Sorry.
And then I did have the closest one I did make you watch last year, which was The Last Samurai, which did have ninjas in it, but it was about samurai. Ninja Scroll, the one I just showed you, which is animated manga, I actually do love, but you guys would absolutely hate. You would think this is a 4-star movie compared
Whoa,
to that.
whoa, 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 whoa! Don't lump me in with them.
Joe
No,
loves manga.
It's not that I love manga. I love watching things like, that are off the beaten path. There are things that you don't know about me that I actually do enjoy watching. So
that's fair.
if it's a well-made animated piece, I will enjoy it.
It is my
Right?
favorite.
And my nephew Jor's manga.
It's my favorite Japanese anime movie ever made. It is by far. It's made for me, basically. It's got ninjas and sex in it. It's great. There's also a book called The Ninja and a series that follow from there by Eric von Lustbader, very very Japanese guy, which is all about ninjas and again sex. I thoroughly recommend to anyone who likes ninjas and sex.
So do you dress up for Danielle?
No.
No.
But
He was a little hesitant on that.
That was
No.
a hesitation.
He's like, I thought about it, but she said no.
No.
He's so
Um,
blushing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So red.
So that's
This
a
is
yeah,
Danielle's number
yes.
here. Danielle.
yeah,
Get
exactly.
off your phone, Laura. Get off your phone.
Okay. Anyway,
All right, continue.
I just wanted to show you how much I truly love ninjas and samurai and just feudal Japan. I love the Blue Eye Samurai, which is on Netflix. Thoroughly recommend it. Jessie Gilbert, thank you again. She recommended it to me, and it was fantastic.
That's a series?
It is a limited series, 1 season, but it's definitely left open for season 2. It even has Kenneth Branagh in it. He's the bad guy.
Wow.
Yeah. What I liked about the movie, the mythology of ninjutsu includes supernatural abilities, and how they incorporated it into this movie with them coming out of the shadows. Um, I know you guys just think it's cheesy, whatever, but this is what I've read for the last 40 years of my life. And to
Mark,
see it,
I that was one of the things you bringing that up. I actually liked about the film and was hoping they, because that opening sequence had enough hints of like Japanese horror to it
hmm,
that I was hoping it would kind of push in that direction a little bit, and it didn't. It stayed with, it didn't really get into that supernatural aspect where it could have gone in that direction a little bit more.
but I mean, healing yourself.
No, I know,
The
but
fact that they could smell, they got your scent. I mean, it's a little ridiculous. I mean, he could hear that. I loved it when he heard the cop talking about him,
Mhm.
that type of stuff. I mean, it was definitely, and obviously them coming out of the shadows and being able to kill you. There was definitely some supernatural abilities in that part of it.
Yeah.
So ever since we watched the movie, all Danny does is whisper, whisper.
As he should. Perfect. When I see him next time, I'm gonna whisper to him. Um. Anyway, did everyone else do push-ups and shadow boxing during the training montages, or was that just me?
Yeah. Do I look like I do push-ups and shadow boxing during a training
Yes,
montage?
yes. Um, the fight in the bathroom for his first assassination, I thought was gruesome, but it was very realistic. And actually, that's also in the book, The Ninja, that I was just telling you about. There's a great part where one of the ninjas, the main bad ninja, has to assassinate a lumberjack, and he gets the upper hand on him because they're not. It just showed vulnerability, which I appreciated. That they're not just these killers that can get you from the side. In a well-lit bathroom, there is vulnerability to them, and the fact that the guy was beating the crap out of him was great. I
So, so,
appreciated that
so,
part.
so, would you say that Martin Campbell and the Bond team got the idea for the opening sequence of Casino Royale from this movie?
I don't know. Would
Casino
you say
Royale is
that?
one of my favorites. Oh, yes,
The
I know
bathroom.
exactly. Yes, 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 I do. I think they stole it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Was that after this, obviously?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, although not too far, right? When
No,
was
it's no. Actually, I take that back. Casino
Yeah,
Royale.
that was 2006, I
It
think,
was, yeah,
actually.
it was before this. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was so focused on Naomi Harris being in the movie, but she doesn't become Moneypenny until
Yeah, true.
Skyfall. So yeah. Anyway, they stole that from Casino Royale.
There you go. I agree.
I knew it
Um,
looked familiar.
Yeah.
and yes, as you already mentioned, them coming out of the shadows and the whispering. I will say that the ninjas following their scent and Raizo beating 20 ninjas, even though he's just a regular ninja too, even I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. Um, a bit silly. And they're in Berlin. Not one person spoke German in Berlin. Even the ninjas were speaking English. It was that was the most unbelievable part of the entire movie for me. The ninja stuff was
Oh yeah,
fine, but
me too.
everyone's speaking British, American English. The ninja speaking English with the Japanese accent. Nobody speaking German in Berlin was ridiculous. Sho
All
Kosugi.
I was thinking was her boss was Patrick on Coupling, which I love.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is. Something Eric
Oh
Miles?
yeah,
Uh,
was that
no,
his name?
something Miles. I looked it up.
Yeah, watch Coupling. It's a great comedy.
Anyway, Ozuno, the guy, the head of the clan, Sho Kozugi, was perfectly cast. He was basically any ninja in any 80s ninja movie. So it was just and similar to how in Kill Bill 2 they had um
David
it's
Carradine.
it's a throwback. No, not Harry. It's a great throwback to anyone who's actually a ninja fan to have a
Right.
real ninja in the movie was great.
Yeah.
And I will say that they were really big with right-sided hearts in the movie for no reason at all. It was ridiculous. For me, it is 3.25. I get why you guys don't love it, but I wanted to show you my love of this. I can watch this again tonight. It's a Mark movie. It's made for me.
That's great that you made us watch it then.
Yeah.
Yes, I also thought like and I get like it just didn't seem to go anywhere except for why he wanted his revenge, but I would have liked to see more of the little girl
Mm.
story.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably in the director's cut.
Okay.
Okay, well, Ninja Assassin is available on Max if you subscribe to that streaming service, and yeah, and or you could rent it on Prime, of course.
Or you could borrow it from Mark, or go watch it with
Yeah.
Mark.
Come on
Yeah,
over.
he would be more than
You
happy
can
to
hold my
show you
katana.
Ninja Assassin.
You.
Okay, and of course, I always recommend borrowing it from the library. Okay, next week we are back to the Franklin list with the number 6 entry on the Franklin list, Chinatown from 1974. That's on Paramount Plus, and blah blah blah. That's it. All right, I'm Frank Gaffney. Watch a movie this
And
week.
also with you.